It's easy to find tractors, pumpkins, and maple syrup at the Vermont Farm Show. This annual agricultural exposition also brings awareness to the state's lesser-known animals and crops, even those that have nearly gone extinct.
They need boots on the ground to implement these things.
You're boots on the ground.
I'm boots on the ground, yeah.
J.P. Powers is a volunteer with the American Chestnut Tree Foundation.
There's hundreds in Vermont, but they're what they call functionally, functionally extinct. They usually don't reach maturity before they get the disease and die back. But the good news is that they sprout from the roots, so they're not reproducing, generally speaking, but they're still here.
The American chestnut tree dominated the forests of the eastern United States. A blight fungus was first detected in the early 1900s. It's estimated that by mid-century, nearly 3 billion chestnut trees were wiped out by the blight. The American chestnut fed wildlife, farm animals, and was an engine of early American economics.
American chestnut trees are edible and have been very important to wildlife. And of course, the ones roasting on open fires are probably Italian and or European. But American was the sweetest and the best. Seriously. I've eaten a couple, and they are sweeter. And they're also smaller, much smaller. But really important to wildlife, really important to the Appalachians, because back in the day, they used to fatten their hogs on them before the railroads and run them off to market. And they were always a very dependable mast tree. So they had a lot of really good things, and it's rot resistant. So it was good for a lot of things.
Visitors who stop by the booth to ask about chestnut trees are often met with a question from Powers.
Probably the most common questions people want to know where they can get American chestnut trees, But of course, if you get an American chestnut tree, it's pure, you're more than likely going to get the disease. So I always tell them, join the group. We need your money, and so that's what I tell them.
JP, why do you like coming to the farm show?
Getting out of the house, it's winter, and just seeing people and, hopefully doing a little good, passing on the word, maybe get some new members, more members.
Volunteering at the Vermont Farm Show nurtures the passion Powers has for nature.
I've been interested in trees generally, nature, but American nut trees in particular, and the American chestnut in particular, because it's really cool tree. It was so important to, it's a cool tree, basically.
At the Vermont Farm Show, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.